Okay. Hello, world. Welcome back once again, Aesthetic Studios. I'm Justo. This is
I'm Ralph.
introduce yourself. Yeah, don't be shy.
I'm Ralphgotstacks.
This is Ralph. She's a local talent coming out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Before the start, okay, I'm just listen up, listen up. All right, so she just dropped her debut album. Her last project was titled Farewell. What was it, EP or
It
was
was
it
an EP.
EP? Okay. And it was on all platforms: Apple Music, SoundCloud, and Spotify. She did it the right way. No disrespect to anybody that goes with just SoundCloud, but that was a professional way of doing it.
Yeah.
What made you want to like put your project on all platforms, not just SoundCloud? Because most people, their like first project isn't strictly to is strictly only SoundCloud only. So how did you like? What made you want to go to a different route and do it like how most like the bigger artists would do?
I don't know. I felt like since it was like my first ever real project, I wanted it to be like official. And since I put out like a whole bunch of singles and stuff on
Okay.
SoundCloud, I just wanted to lead up to that.
Okay, you want to do it like the right way,
Yeah.
almost so you can be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Do you feel as like people take you seriously? Like, do you think like it's not like like everybody's a rapper, no disrespect, but like everybody raps. So do you feel as though you get your respect or
I
people?
I think I do.
You're not just like some local talent or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think like I'm a big deal or nothing yet, but I think people respect that I like I really like do this. Like it's not just like for
Your
playing.
artistry isn't taken too lightly, basically. What you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Right. So the title Farewell, where does the inspiration behind that come from? What made you want to choose the name Farewell?
So I was gonna name it after my great grandma,
Okay.
cause she died right before I started like rapping and stuff.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's cool. It's
How
cool.
long ago was this? Like, how long ago was this?
It was like ninth grade, I
Okay.
think, and so then since it was like a goodbye to her kind of, and since I was graduating at the same time, I was like farewell, like bye to the school. Plus everything like was made through the school, so I was like just like me saying bye to everybody.
You
Like
just graduated,
yeah.
correct?
hmm
When you say it was made in the school, what do you mean the project was made in the school?
Like I recorded the music videos, like the music video I dropped yesterday. It was
Okay.
like all in the school, like stuff was shot in the school, and then like the songs were recorded like in the school.
The songs were recorded in the school.
In the
So
studio at the
your
school.
school gave you like the crates, like the ability and like to record in the school.
Pretty much like I kind of got the hookup and got to use the studios, like the big studios, the big deal.
It's not what you know, it's who you know, kids. So you had a studio like in the school.
Yeah, it's two studios in the school, and it's like one big one and then one little one, and they let me use the big one. When I couldn't use the big one, we just like made a classroom,
Oh, you
and
made your own.
yeah, we got this like class like this what was it? It was like this room in the classroom that nobody was using. It was like storage, and we put up a bunch of stuff like blankets and stuff on the walls to like block out the sound, and then put a microphone in there.
And you just got to work. But the quality, like the audio of your project, it doesn't sound like it was recorded in the studio.
Yeah, it was
It,
a bunch of they got a bunch
that's
of
why I'm
high
like
tech
kind of
stuff.
like I'm blown away. Like you
They
recorded
got
this in your school classroom.
well like the first like a couple of the songs were, but after that then we like went down. Like the songs that I released on SoundCloud,
Okay.
most of them were recorded up there in that studio.
In that
And
studio.
then we came back down and like fixed them up because of like the extra sounds and stuff like
Okay.
that. And then recorded them in the like big studio when they saw that like I was like for real. They
Oh,
let
you
me
were
use
serious
it.
about it.
Yeah.
They charge you for like studio time.
Mm.
So like, going forward now that you graduated from Enloe, correct? What will you be recording at now?
I have a friend who has a studio, and I have friends that are like willing to like hook me up with studios that they know. But if I gotta pay, then I'll just pay for it. It's whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure something out.
All right. So now I have a question for you on your one song, "My Condolences." Right? When you like pretty much you, for every word in the alphabet, you had a bar to go with it, which is very impressive. Honestly. I gotta give you credit for that. I respect you that. You had some
I
lyrics
like that
there.
song.
I have a question about the P, principal. Like the, your principal did something for publicity. What did he do? What did your principal do?
Well, like honestly, I'm not. I was before I started rapping. I wasn't that good of a kid at school.
Oh,
I
he was a
used to do
troublemaker.
yeah. I used to do a little bit of stuff, and so we got a new principal, and we just didn't ever click like that. We was
Uh huh.
never cool, and basically like he would he would let me do shows or whatever for the school or like be okay with me doing
Okay.
stuff like that, but he never like
Care.
messed with me like that.
Okay. Anything to make him look good,
Yeah,
basically.
it was he did everything to make the school look good. Like, oh, it's a little black girl rapping, like that's cool,
Hmm.
blah blah blah. But then he treated me like I was like less than at the
Apple person.
school. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I was like principal. Let's see, like, where did that come from?
yeah. He was a jerk for no reason.
All right, so I have like two other questions about that song.
Okay.
You referenced your friend Nephi.
Mhm.
You said she would fill you in when you would like stay up at night writing
Mhm.
raps.
Yeah.
So like, and you was up all night writing raps, and so in class you pretty much be like sleeping or whatever.
Pretty much. Like that was when I first started rapping, which was like 10th grade when I started like
Okay,
being serious
serious
and
about
like
it.
going to the studio
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Then I'd stay up all night because it seems like it's the only time when I write is like at night. So
Why is that?
I don't know. I feel like
You're more creative.
yeah, I think at night people get like
You're
more
really
creative.
creative. Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I would like stay up till like it's time for me to go to
School.
school and then
Whoa.
come in.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then come in and I'd be asleep in the class or whatever and the teachers would yell at me and like she'd like fill me on whatever I missed and stuff. So she was like the biggest person then because I wouldn't have been able to pass anything.
And then like the last one, last but not least, Zebulon Middle. You reference they cut you short.
Mm.
How did they cut you short? You graduated.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like middle school, so it wasn't nothing to do. But like, I don't know, Zebulon. Yeah, like my last 8th grade year was crazy, bro. It was a lot of stuff happening in 8th grade year. And
What are some things you got involved with? Are you willing to speak on it?
yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah, let's get story time.
All right. So, in 8th grade, I used to like get. That's like I said. I used to be in trouble until I started writing music,
Right.
which is
So
why.
music like saved you.
Yeah, which is why I take it so seriously because
Okay.
like that's what I do like now to stay out of trouble. So I used to get in trouble all the time, fight with teachers, like yell at teachers, blah blah blah, get suspended. There was this fight.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a fight that was like over me. Like two girls were fighting, and I'm not. Don't gas me.
Hold on.
Don't gas.
No.
Gas me.
You said two girls fought over you?
Two girls were fighting over me.
No. Like physically
yes, like fought.
Like
over
fought.
Me. Yes, like fought.
Two girls?
Don't gas me. Don't gas me.
Yo, what you do to them?
Anyway, okay.
Yo, you got shorties fighting over you?
No.
Are you serious?
Yes. But anyway.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
We're not gassing. So
no, we're gonna gas that. That's lit.
So they fought over me. That was like a fight in middle school, and then I was like getting suspended, and then some teachers like said some like homophobic stuff towards me, and it was this big whole thing. So it was just like 8th grade year was like crazy. Like it was just like it was a really good year, but at the same time it was like a really bad year. Like
okay, I want to address that. You said they said homophobic things. So your sexuality, you do identify with
gay.
All right, so LGBT. Right?
Yes, I'm
okay,
lesbian.
It's a lot I have to know. Like, I'm somewhat ignorant to like. It's a lot I want to know. I need to learn.
Yeah,
so you identify with the lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
So you're lesbian.
Yes.
You identify as lesbian.
Yes.
Okay, so like you don't mess with dudes at all.
No, I don't.
Like, is this something you like? You think you were born that way, or like you've always like over time you just like?
I think that everybody is like born into whatever sexuality they were. You just don't know it because it's like.
Well, do you identify as a female or?
Yeah, I'm a
oh,
female.
okay.
Yeah. So like I think like if someone was born like knowing that they like girls or like grow up knowing that they like girls, then like that's whatever. Like I feel like I was born and everybody told me like, oh, since you're a girl, you're supposed to like dudes or whatever. And so then after a little while, I was like, I don't really like dudes, like whatever.
So you know, it was like elementary or middle when you
started
like, noticing like, okay, I like the shorties.
It like probably like elementary, like little stuff like magazines, like seeing a cute girl in there and be like, bro, she hot, like stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, you pay attention more to the chick.
Yeah.
And all that. Okay, that makes sense.
And then like 8th grade, like I said, 8th grade was crazy. So that's when I like figured out that like, that was like I got my first girlfriend in 8th grade, like all that type of stuff.
You had your first girlfriend in 8th grade?
Yes.
How did it happen?
It was like we had a dance class together, and like I don't know, we was like cool at first, and then like.
Are you cool to this day?
Like I didn't have no beef with her. I just don't talk to her because we went to different schools, so it was just like whatever.
That makes sense.
But she's cool. But like we were friends at first, and then like 7, and I was like, okay.
Which means just have it like
I
y'all ask each other out or like she just like
it was just like
dance class started kissing.
It was like we would like talk about like relationship type of stuff, and then it just led to like, oh, like you trying to do this, and I was like, oh, you trying to do it, like what's up?
So
like,
were you her first also?
Yeah, I was her first. I think I was probably her only. I don't know.
For real?
I don't think she really dated that many girls after.
You must be smooth, man.
But I'm not. Stop gassing me.
You gotta put me on some game.
Stop
like,
gassing
you got them fighting over you. Was her first and her last. Like,
can
you give me the sauce?
No.
What's the game, man?
Stop gassing me.
I'm gonna gas it. That's lit. Yo, that's really lit.
But nah, she's cool. She's cool.
So like, what was the first like thing that happened between y'all? Like, what's like besides y'all being friends? Like, when did y'all know? Okay, we like each other. We gonna rock out.
I don't even remember. I think she made me her lock screen. Like she had this big crush on some celebrity or
Oh,
something,
really?
and she made me her lock screen. And I was like, I'll just be made like, 'cause you know we in
Yeah.
eighth grade like that, like
That's
lock screen,
big.
yeah,
That's big.
like
I
we
ain't gonna lie.
young,
That's
so
big
like
to this
lock
day. I'm gonna
screen.
come clean. I took that serious
Yeah,
to this day.
she was like, oh, like I made you my lock screen, like blah blah. I'm like, okay, all
Oh,
right,
okay,
whatever.
bet.
Yeah,
So when did you realize like, oh, I like you?
I think like after like just talking 24/7, like it started off
Over
as
time,
yeah, it started off as like a best friend thing, and then it just led into like
it was real genuine.
yeah,
Wow, that's what's up. Another question. I wrote it down too. You was like, I lost a lot of friends from my relationship, from my relationship in my past.
yeah.
What can you speak? What happened? Like, some like
So like
you had an insecure girlfriend or something?
no, I think like I kind of meant it like both ways. Like I lost like friends from
Okay.
being in relationships. Like
Relationships?
they didn't like my friends, so my friends didn't mess with me anymore.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of also like I lost like they were my friends before we started
Hmm.
dating. And so then after
Oh,
we
okay.
stopped dating,
Dating.
then we weren't friends anymore. And it's like you lose that big bond that you had. So
Do
I think that's kind of a problem. Like
do you
with
regret that?
kind of in some ways like start like making it a relationship when
Uh
it
huh.
didn't have to be. But like
Oh, you
as
think you forced it?
no, like I feel like it like I knew and like we both knew
Hmm.
in our mind that it shouldn't have been a relationship or
Oh,
that it
okay.
could have and it probably wouldn't have gotten like super far.
Okay.
But like we did it anyway because like that's like
Yeah.
feelings like
Yeah. Just
yeah.
lusting and all that type of stuff. All right. Another quote you said. What was it? Oh, you said a shorty loved me before, but she ain't just walk out. I let my actions open doors.
Yeah.
That was
So
deep. Let me say it again. A shorty loved me before, but she ain't just walk out. I let my actions open doors.
yeah.
That was deep. I was like,
Thank you.
I was trying to digest that. Can you expand on that, please?
So like just like I don't feel like anybody really like leaves you for no reason. Like you
Okay.
gotta do something. I
Something.
think you have to be accountable for like your toxic traits. Like I saw
Okay.
Keaton said something like that. Like you're toxic and somebody else can be like everybody
It's
has their own types
yeah,
of
we
ways
all
of being
got our
toxic.
vices.
Yes. And so it's just like I did something to make her leave. Like it wasn't just like her leaving just
You
because she
cheated?
was a jerk.
You
No,
cheated?
I don't cheat. That ain't what you talking about. I
You just
don't
say you had
cheat.
2 girls fighting over you.
Bro, I don't cheat.
You don't
Nah,
cheat.
I wasn't. But in that situation, the
Hmm.
situation I was writing about, it just was like I wasn't like here yet. Like my
Oh,
like
okay.
I was
Mentally.
immature. Yeah, like
Oh,
it
okay.
wasn't like I really wanted like I thought that I did, but I
Hmm.
didn't really want one. I wasn't ready to be like in that
In a
situation.
relation. Oh, this is a relationship.
Yeah, it was a relationship, and I just wasn't ready to be like not like tied down like a cheating way, but like I feel like
Okay.
when you date somebody, you have to like follow a lot of rules when you date somebody, and I'm like,
You got
cool.
the key to the relationship advice.
Bruh,
How you know so? You done
I be
been
giving
through
people
it.
relationship
All
advice
right, so
all
you
the
giving
time.
game right now. This is like relationship advice 101. Like,
I,
you know, this song good advice out. We'll get them. Question. On the project, Farewell, it's 10 songs, 2 skits. What made you go with like the 8, just keep the 8 songs, something like for now with the 2 skits?
I
Because most
think
people don't even do skits anymore.
yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
I wanted to split it up. Like the first couple, I think were just like my life
Mm-hmm.
and like high school and like all of that stuff. And then the next one, like me growing up, stuff like that. And then the
Okay.
next like thing that split it apart,
Uh-huh.
then it was like love and like all of that type
Type
of
of
stuff.
stuff. So it's
So I
like base. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was saying basically it showed your growth and your progression throughout
Hmm.
life almost. It's like
Which
it's
is
almost a journey.
yeah, which is why it was like farewell because it was
Well,
like everything that I
learned
learned over
in
this
your
time.
journey.
Hmm.
Got you. So you have more. You like you think you have more to tell
Yeah, I think that like my next I think that like all my music is just like me growing. Like
as a person.
that's how like I feel like I'm different. It's like I don't like follow like the same trends as everybody. Like all of the like
You have your own
yeah,
individuality.
like I'm not gonna change what I'm writing just because it fits in. Like I just write to write. I don't write to like get clout or like get
That's
famous
another
or
thing.
whatever.
Like your beat selection. I'm trying to check the time. All right, your beat selection. You had samples actually. Most artists nowadays just ignore the doom 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 808s, the heavy beats. You actually had like samples and things and like
Yeah,
some cool
I was
drums and some
simple.
like yo me too. Like it was some like Kanye college dropout type vibes you had going there. What made you want to go with the samples and like give like you show your artistry and like lyricism instead of having just like cool beats and you just murmuring and ad libbing the whole thing.
Just because I thought like the first thing that I made, like I thought it was like special. Like I didn't want
Okay.
it to be just like me doing whatever, which is why I didn't like cut it up. Like my song is
Yeah.
like special to me too, but I just wanted everything to be like this is Lauren, like this is who I
Okay.
am, not just Ralph. This is Lauren. And
Uh-huh.
then maybe my next thing will be like hype stuff or whatever.
Okay.
But I just
Yeah.
wanted to be like, this is who I am before we like get into
Into it.
Mhm.
I like the way you said that. All right, so Lauren is your name. How'd you come up with the name Ralph? Ralph got stacks at that. I know it's a story behind it.
Okay, so my dad, he lives in Colorado, and he wears a bunch of polo. Like that's all he wears. Like when I
Okay.
say like all he wears,
He's
like
a low
polo
head.
shirt. Yes, that's all he wears. And so they call him Big Polo because he's a bigger dude. And so
They call you Big Polo?
yes, so they call him Big Polo. And I was thinking of in eighth grade. Like I said, everything happened eighth grade. I was thinking of an
That was your
Instagram.
wake up year. It
Yeah,
changed
I
your
know.
life.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking of an Instagram name, and my mom was like, "Why don't you do Ralph blah blah?" And I was like, "I didn't want to." She said like Lil Polo or something. I was like, "I'm not about to be Lil Polo. That's not gonna happen." And so I was like, "Okay, Polo, Ralph." And I was like, "My name is Lauren, so Ralph, Lauren, Polo,
Okay,
put it together, and then stacks because I like money."
Money. Okay, we all like money.
Yeah, everybody like money.
If you were to describe the two, who's Ralph and who's Lauren?
I feel like Ralph is like more outgoing, and I'm a Gemini, so it kind of works
Okay.
together because like we're twins. So I feel like Lauren is like the laid back, like chill person that people usually see, and then like whenever I'm Ralph, that's like me like going hard, like being
Okay.
hype, like the different personalities
So
that
right
I
now
have.
we have Lauren.
Yes, this is Lauren. I'm usually Lauren.
For the most part, but
Yeah.
on wax,
Yeah,
you're Ralph.
but whenever I like start writing or do anything or like like I'm not like just like this all the time. Like,
Of course.
when I get hype or whatever, then I'm Ralph. Like it's me running around in
Gotcha.
circles or something.
So what inspires your music? Then? What inspires Ralph to be the artist he is?
It's just like it was like an outlet. Like I said, everything like things like that was like eighth grade was like depression, like all of that type of stuff that I went through, and it was just like a way for me to get it out instead of like doing
I
stuff to
noticed that
push
a
me
lot.
back.
I noticed that a lot with a lot of artists I've interviewed. Yeah, the ones I have,
Mhm.
especially at a young age. Why do you think young people are going through depression more than ever nowadays?
I think it's because like you want to be like everybody else. Like you you grow up seeing something, and you grow up like learning that life is supposed to be a certain
Feeling
type
right
of
way.
way, and then your life is different, and you're like, bro, like what am I doing? Like how am I not like why is it not going together? Or
Okay.
people don't like you. You want everybody just like normal teenage stuff.
Yeah,
And
like
some
finding
people like
yourself.
like figuring it out, and some people like have tougher skin than others, or blah blah blah. But like I think everybody goes through a like phase where they're like, dang, like what
They're
the
like
heck?
down.
Yeah.
Do you think as an artist, especially being a female artist and you being lesbian, do you think it's a challenge within that? Like, do you have do you think it's gonna be hard? Is it harder for you?
Yeah, I think that like a good example of that because there aren't very many like out lesbian like rappers would probably be like Young Ma because like she like spits like
she
Young
really
Ma
raps.
definitely like raps like that like
She
she's
comes.
like that.
She comes for next.
Yes, and
Okay.
so like she never gets the recognition she deserves. Like
Deserves.
it's always like jokes about her being gay or
Gay,
jokes about this or that.
strap-ons, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
nobody's ever like people don't take her seriously, which is why like as you can see like she's working like harder
Hard
like
and
pushing.
So you
So I
have to
think
grind twice as hard.
yeah, which I feel like is the same thing with black people just in general. Like black people have to work harder than other races just to like get up at the same spot. So I feel like it's the same thing with women, and then especially like gay women. Like it's a bunch of like stuff counting against me. But I mean, like, okay.
You ready for it? You think you can take it all?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever, man.
Okay.
Like,
I like that. Like you just like fearless. You don't care
yeah,
what
like
it is.
if I gotta do, like, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do because this is like the only thing I'll be trying to do. It is really fun, right?
Exactly.
But it's the only thing I'm trying to do. So like,
Oh, let me stop it. We're gonna cut this real short. We're gonna cut this real short. Okay, you said I wrote it down. You said I want a good girl, but won't judge a book by its cover. What point are you trying to get across when you said that? You want a good girl, but don't judge a book by its cover.
because I feel like everybody looks, which I've experienced, like a girl that like looks really good and like not good like she looked good, but like but like
physical appearance.
yeah, but seemed like on the outside like she was cool or whatever, like she was chill, and then once like we got into a relationship and got like things got rocky and her like whole like everything just changed. So I think that's what I meant. Like you can't just look at somebody and be like, oh yeah, she's cool. Like she's gonna be like the one. Like,
based on how she looks.
yeah.
Question: are you single at the moment?
Yes, I think kind of. If things complicated, yeah, no, I don't know.
So if somebody was to approach you right now, walking like, how get your number? She looked good. Would you give your number up? I'll put you on the spot. Don't even answer that. You good? Don't even worry about it. You good?
I'm good.
All right, a few more questions. When is matter of fact, when is your next project coming? Yes. When is your next project coming?
So I'm working on a music video. I'm going on a cruise, on Thursday.
Be
And then,
safe. Don't drown. You know, black folks can't swim.
yeah, I cannot swim.
You
So
scared?
yes, but I feel like my mom keeps saying that it's gonna be cool, so I think
Okay.
that it's gonna be cool.
Just be safe.
I'm gonna try to.
You have a
But
good time.
I'm gonna come back, and then I'll work on some music,
Mhm.
and then record like a music video on the
Okay.
third
The
probably,
third
and then end up
August.
yeah August,
Okay.
and then end up putting the music out sometime soon.
Are you going to college?
I'm going to Guilford Tech for 2 years,
Okay.
and then I'm transferring to either UNCG or A&T because I'm already gonna be in
Are
Greensboro.
you still gonna do music while you're in school, or you gonna like you gonna fall back from it?
Nah, I'm gonna keep going. Like
Okay, full
that's the
throttle.
only thing I'm really trying to do. And now that since I'm not like since I'm going to Guilford Tech, which is one of the things that like reasons why I went there, I can focus on my music and
Okay,
school
school.
at
So
the
this is
same
what
time.
you want. Like music is like your goal in life and
Yeah,
your passion.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna finish this last question to finish up. When it's all said and done, what does Ralphgotstacks want out of music?
Honestly,
Oh, and what is another thing? What does Ralphgotstacks want out of music? And as a person, what does Lauren want out of life when it's all said and done?
um, trying to get all deep and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna finish off. We're gonna finish off with that right there because it's two different people.
Okay, so I think Ralph got stacks. Just like I just want to be stable. Like
Okay.
I think a lot of people that rap or whatever like come into it and don't care about like the art,
The
and
art itself.
they just come into it because it seems like like you
It's
said,
cool.
everybody a rapper. Like it's easy to like put some like little stuff together,
It's
but
so
it's
easy
harder to
to
like
actually make a song,
yeah,
which you have done. You made a
exactly.
project.
So like I think I want to like be stable. I don't have to be famous. I don't have to do all that stuff, but I just want money coming in
Okay.
and like a way to like be
So
cool.
make a living off of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I ain't gotta be like on 100, but I just want something like to get me by. And
Gotcha.
then uh
What is Lauren want out of life when it's said and done? When you go to the grave, what do
shoot,
you want? Life, when
I
it's all said and done.
um what do I want when it's all said and done? I think I just want to be like content. I don't think that I'm ever gonna be fully content like with
Why do you
everything.
think? Why is that?
Cause I feel like there's like always like what ifs, like
Okay.
what if I didn't do this? What if I did this? Blah blah blah. But like as I'm growing up, which I've learned as I'm growing up, like it is what it is. Like that's my mood pretty much with everything. Like my mood with haters, my mood with all of this stuff. Like you can do what you want. Like it is what
Right.
it is. And so like I don't really care what happens. But like I want to feel like I've done something. Like I haven't
Okay.
been wasting my time.
Time here on earth. Because life is short.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish on that thought right there. I'm Justin. This is the Study Studios. Thank you so much, bro. Oh, you got the bike pizza. Your hands greasy. Say bye to the people. Oh, subscribe, like, comment, and give me your social media.
Oh, my Instagram and Twitter and SoundCloud and everything is Ralph Got Stacks. And my album, well, my EP, Farewell, just came out, so go check that
We'll
out
get that out on all platforms
on all
now.
platforms. Yep.
Signing off.